Alright, we're coming up on Moore Square, the site of the first assembly for Occupy Raleigh. Man, I love the event. People were there early and walking up on the set. I seen music playing. That was the first place I headed to. Head to my kinfolk, you know what I mean?
People looking everywhere.
Alright, after the music, check out the music. The next creative thing I want to check out was all the signs. People put their minds together, speak their mind. A lot of creative signs, a lot of just straightforward signs expressing, you know, the way people feel. I'll let y'all check them out on your own. Check them out. We had to check out the coverage, see who's covering the event, covering us, you know. Then we had to ask, how is the momentum going to be carried forward after the event?
Maintain this momentum, begin making donations to Occupy Raleigh or come out to your local Occupy events. Massive amounts of websites have sprang up in recent months. Spread the word, spread the message. A lot of people don't even know about the occupation on Wall Street. So the more we can get the word out, the better we can build our movement. Whether you're behind a computer or out here in the streets, both help. Well, particularly we got a number of different wikis going on. We got our Facebook groups if you want to like, follow, keep up with our updates. But the biggest and most foremost is OCCUPY Media is holding a voting online for our list of demands. If you guys want to go online to that, Google them and then see if you can find us and vote on what we're all working towards.
Alright, then it was time for people, the good people, to speak. Had the intro speaker giving the background points and setting up everything.
It's going to make a big statement. I just wanted to tell you quickly where we are with permits for that. We did decide as a group to go the permit route so we can kind of not be meddled with. We did get an approved permit for this rally on October 15th. The approved permit is for a 4-hour time frame, which is, you know, is BS for our rights as free speech citizens, right? Yeah. But we do have good news beyond that. Occupy Raleigh is in solidarity with the Occupy Wall Street movement, which means we're occupying our government until we take the power back that belongs to the people.
That's right. Yeah.
So we don't plan on just packing up and going home after a few hours of exercising our free speech rights, do we?
No.
We did have a local law firm, a local lawyer, come forward to help us with this, pro bono. I want to He wrote an amazing letter that we attached to our second permit application for a camping on the Capitol grounds. He wrote an excellent letter citing state precedent in this matter, allowing other groups to do this. He cited the U.S. Constitution, the state constitution, that we have a right to do this as a matter of free speech.
Alright, next we had someone get up and actually express how we're going to communicate during the event to keep things peaceful.
The first one is the show of approval. They're called spirit hands. Okay? So this is how we show we're good with this. This is good. Okay? The one that if you're so, you do the same thing, but you kind of do it lower down. If you're down with it, you're not happy with it, your fingers go down. Does that make sense? Yeah. Those are the easy ones. Another really, really important one, and especially as we're going through the GA process, is point of process. Point of process is diamond. So that's how you show, you know what, if we're out of order, or we have an issue with how we're actually conducting GA process. That's one where we're empowered to make sure it's clear. There is a point of fact, point of information. The other one is point of information. That means, yeah, we have regarding a proposal or something that's getting addressed, this allows a clarification that is absolutely essential to what's being spoken in order for people to fully understand what's going on. What else am I missing? Okay, block. Okay, I want to talk about the blocks. Blocks become absolutely essential. Block, and you guys are doing it, block is only to be used. That's the thing that says, I'm not okay with this. I have a security or ethical concern with what is going on here that prevents me, that I will walk away if this continues. If we propose something and we have a block, that means if we stop what we're doing and we get consensus. What I understand from what's going on in NYC is that if something gets proposed, we have a block, the person goes away, they redraft the proposal, and they come back for consensus. At that point, once the consensus is attempted to be reached, we go to 9/10 majority, which means that it's a modified consensus. I mean, we get 9/10 approval, and then that means if you're blocking, that means you're willing to walk away if that does not happen to your satisfaction. So don't block. Not yet. This is really important. We don't, I mean, it's a time thing. We don't want to spend all night doing blocks. So please make sure that if you're blocking, you're really, really blocking.
And this next segment is actually describing how a normal meeting would go. A lot of good information in here.
All right. So this is basically how this goes. We have a facilitation team. We don't have a facilitation team right now. We need one. I'm sort of, I guess, the facilitation team for tonight of one, but we need a facilitation team. And what will happen before each meeting is a facilitation and group process team will get together and make decisions and draft a working draft of the General Assembly agenda. That is not the set in stone. It just gives us a framework. They're not the ones setting it. It just allows us to put something out for the group so that it can get voted on and decided on. The agenda is decided by the group. So if there's something on the agenda, we read it off and we make an agreement about whether or not we want it on the agenda or not. We're probably going to do this with some modifications tonight, just because everybody's new to it, we're new to it, we're learning. This will become more jellified, and if that's a word, and we'll begin to work this out as we go on, but that's how that typically works.
Now the next segment is the agenda for the first day's meeting. A lot of information on how you might choose to participate.
Clear. What we're going to do is we're going to address what we're proposing to speak about tonight, and then we're going to vote on that. Am I correct? Yeah. Okay. So this is what we're proposing on discussing, and I'm going to go over the major points. We're going to do an update on Occupy Wall Street, an info recap for Occupy Raleigh, which involves media misinformation. We're also going to vote on whether to fully align with Occupy Wall Street. At the last GA, there were some people saying we should do our own grassroots movement, so that is why we want to vote. As well, we want to cover details about the extended occupation of Raleigh. Stacy's done some of that. There will be more of that. And then we want to get reports from all the current working committees, which will branch out and solidify as volunteers come forward. So we just want to report, and I'll go over this really briefly, with the Establishing Occupation Committee, the Website Flyer Design Committee, the Diversity and POC Outreach, Media Relations and Messaging, Non-Monetary Donations Asking for Assistance and Supplies Committee, 10/15 Saturday's Main Protest Day Info, Logistics and Speakers Committee, the Legal Advisor Security Nonviolent Demonstration Info Committee, and the Coordinating with Occupy North Carolina. Now, all of these committees may or may not have a report.
Point of process. You forgot our committee. We are the First Aid Human Needs Committee.
The First Aid Human Needs Committee.
And that pretty much sums up the black and white, the meat and potatoes of the event. After that, a few people got up and expressed themselves. A few of the people in the audience got up and expressed themselves. You look, I'm glad to see there was some children there that was able to experience something like this, and hopefully they'll continue to go to the meetings as well. Yeah, signing out from Moore Square with a little sunlight twinkling on ya. Occupy Raleigh, it's going down. Participate. participate. And don't forget, come prepared with your spirit hands. Yeah, signing out.